Welcome to Life Conversations with the Kelvins. We have been honored to have you be a part of these conversations. And as we come to the end of this season, we shall be culminating it with a live recording on the 22nd of March at Deliverance Church Donholm. And guess what? It's going to be an interactive session. You get to ask. It's going to be all that. You are welcome.
I'm already excited. I can hardly
wait. It is going to be all.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
And just before we get to the live recording, like my beautiful wife told us, we welcome you to yet another conversation. And today we'll be looking at toxic relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you heard me right. Yeah. So are you in a toxic relationship? Let's find out. Babe, on a scale of 1 to 10, how toxic am I?
Really? Okay, let's see. That is hard to tell.
Maybe that's the wrong question.
Yeah, I think you should rephrase it. I think you should rephrase it.
Well, but when we talk about a toxic relationship, the word toxic literally means poison.
Yeah.
So when we say something has been intoxicated, it means that poison has been introduced into it. The purity of what it was has been, what am I looking for? Has been mixed up with something, has been contaminated. That was the word I was looking for. And there are sometimes that relationships end up becoming toxic. And in simple terms, a toxic relationship is one that has gone sour. For one reason or the other. It's like having milk that was good and fresh, and then after a few days it goes sour. It is bitter, it is smelly, it is not good to taste. And when a relationship gets toxic, all the wrong things begin happening.
I hear you. I hear you. I wrote something down over here. That either it can be one partner who makes it toxic, or both.
Yes, that's
or
true.
It can start so well, and then somewhere down the line, it gets toxic.
Actually, like 99% of all toxic relationships start really well. The two people meet, they like each other, but as they grow closer and closer, their character begins getting exposed to one another. And maybe one is jealous, one is stingy, one is violent, one is abusive. And it begins coming up bit by bit by bit. So it wouldn't be right to assume or to say that toxic relationships begin from a point of being toxic. I believe they begin well. But somewhere along the path of relating, something happens and the real person is exposed. And then the toxicity begins showing up.
As you've mentioned character, one of the things I just wrote as a pointer is when one of us is unwilling to change.
Oh yes, that's a major cause.
You've mentioned jealousy, different things. Like you said, as we interact every day, a lot of what is inside me gets to come out.
Yes, it rubs off on me.
It's very... For a real relationship, as in a real one, it is hard to hide for so long. So maybe something like jealousy comes up on the surface. And you tell me, hey, baby, I see this. Yes, I know there's a point of jealousy that I can feel because I'm thinking your mind. So
jealousy.
Okay, if you put, I don't know if there's any jealousy that's safe. But if you tell me, baby, I notice this,
you're spending too much time with so and so,
or you say you've noticed I'm too jealous, and you keep mentioning it. You mention it over and over again, and it doesn't seem like I want to change it.
To work on it.
Yes. Well, you may say because I like this girl, let me just let me just stay there for a bit. I think when one of the partners says, let me just stay, let me just hang in there, it will reach a point. I think it will reach a point you're thinking this is too much. You can't handle it anymore. And if I continue like that and I refuse to change, I've already introduced a contaminant in our relationship that will make it go sour. Like you mentioned before, you mentioned about milk. You said after a few days, the milk goes. So like that contaminant, I've just introduced it like in our relationship. Slowly by slowly,
it grows.
You wouldn't even notice that the milk is going sour. After 3 days, when you shake that cup or whatever it was, that's when you realize,
it's that bad.
Yeah.
I agree with you, because nobody is born old.
Yes.
Life begins in small steps. There is conception. There is the stage of cell multiplication and what have you. And toxicity begins very slowly and sometimes very hard to notice, because one spouse begins being tenderly abusive, very softly, and they will rush to apologize, to ask for forgiveness. And the other partner is quick to forgive. But maybe there are questions that are left at the back of their mind. But sometimes we brush it off. But over and over again, if the spouse or the partner refuses to change, they are feeding that beast of toxicity. And over time, it becomes such a big beast that now all you experience when you are with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your wife, is the toxicity. But the amazing thing is, it is not just responsible on one partner. Sometimes the toxicity is as a result of the two people refusing to work on themselves. For example, let's assume you and I, we are very strong-willed. We are sure of what we want. We are headstrong. And we are good when it comes to arguing. We can choose to argue about everything. So I come home and you ask me, baby, what will you eat? And I tell you my favorite. I'd like ugali and what have you. You know what I love. And they tell me, no, today I'm going to cook you rice and beans. And a fight ensues. The right way to handle that will be, okay, I'll have rice and beans today. Then maybe tomorrow we can do that. Or you can just opt to make the ugali that I asked for. But then you see, when we are both toxic, we want our way all the time. So we begin fighting. So there are instances whereby the toxicity is as a result of the two partners refusing to work on themselves. And I believe this is the worst kind of toxicity in a relationship.
Baby, I agree with you. And another thing I've noted, unmet expectations in the relationship can actually bring toxicity in. When there are things you expect me to do, every day as we work together, and most probably you have mentioned it. But I'm not. It's like I'm not styling up to meet up with your expectation of me. Then on my side,
me frustrated.
On my side, it's like I'd feel, let me stop expecting. Like another time, you remember when we had just gotten married, and okay, like my love language is quiet. Quiet time.
Cutie,
yes. So you would tell me, you would text and tell me, okay, in the morning, in the morning you would say, baby, at exactly 5, I'm leaving the office. Hey.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
So at 5, I am so expectant. I'm thinking, I've already timed, I'm known. My baby is going to take, if there's no traffic, he's going to come by this time. So I am so expectant. And then the first time, so you're here, of course you got with some teens and you're talking and time just passed. So it's 5:30, you text me, you tell me, I'm leaving now. My heart sank. As in, I was thinking, you're supposed to be home at this time. My heart seriously sank. So of course you came and you apologized and it was okay.
But I did it all.
You did it again and again and again. Until that day, I noticed that day you came home. In my heart, I told myself, let me not expect anymore. Because I was being crushed so much. So I decided in my heart, let me put my expectation at 0 so I'm not hurt.
So if I come at 5,
so
you are genuinely surprised.
As I'm thinking, it's okay.
The things we do to those we love.
So I said in my heart, let me not expect. So another day, I don't know what prompted you, and then you asked, and then I told you, but then this day,
no. We were reviewing how we were doing in our marriage.
So I told you, right now, my expectation for you coming home early is 0. It was really bad.
I wish at that point, the world, the earth would part, and I just. I felt really bad.
But I remember you said you were really real.
It hit me hard.
Really hard, But I'm very grateful that you worked on it. It didn't change at the very first time, but you worked on it. I mean, you've really improved. But you see, if you would have continued on like that, the way I said my expectation would go to zero, it would have stayed like that. And that part of my life would have literally died. So maybe you'd wonder, why have you changed? Maybe why have you changed? But it's that thing that died over there. But I'm grateful with what you said. You told me you'd improve in it, and you really did. And I'm very,
I'm glad to hear that. I think the last thing I ever want to do is hurt you. But then you see, with unmet expectations comes another thing that causes toxicity in relationships. Resentment and unforgiveness. Because if I had kept on coming home late and crushing expectations over and over again, when you are at zero, it will get to a point you will not admire me anymore. You will not celebrate me anymore. You will not have that spring over me anymore. And you begin to resent me. Why? I am consistently late. You have talked to me about it and I have refused to work on it. So over time, what happens? You become resentful towards me. You become unforgiving and you become bitter. Now, when bitterness gets in, that's like the highest level of toxicity in a relationship. Because you won't care anymore. You will also begin doing things to hit back on my misconduct, on my unbecoming character. So you can see sometimes it is a progression of things. It is, I failed in one area, disappointed you over and over again, led to another thing that now brings in the toxicity.
I agree.
So as couples, you've got to watch when unforgiveness and resentment begins to cripple into your relationship because of one or two things that the other person is doing. These issues that bring unmet expectations have got to be discussed openly and sometimes over and over again, patiently with a lot of love until they are eradicated so that the toxicity is removed from the relationship.
As you've mentioned, that means we have to be patient with one another. Like give each other room. Because you see, sometimes you correct me in one thing and I don't just change immediately.
There's that resistance.
Some things take longer to change than others.
But then you see, saying that some things take longer than others is not an excuse for you to refuse to grow. There should be a clear intent and work, measurable work, accountable work to change the area or the thing that is causing the toxicity.
That's right.
Because sometimes we use this statement, that's the way I am. When you tell that to your partner, the message you're communicating is, I am not willing to change. And that brings so much frustration and the level of toxicity, the concentration keeps on increasing over and over and over again.
I agree.
So we've got a lot of work to do in our relationship. A lot of work to do.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And you see, babe, other than what we have said, there's something else that hides for such a long time that if not evaluated, can bring so much toxicity. Listen to the following words. Hurt people hurt other people. When you've been hurt a lot in your past and all you've known is hurt and heartache, what you give out
will just be that.
Will just be hurt. So some relationships get toxic, not because anybody refused to grow, but because they were hurt a lot emotionally, psychologically, in their past, that all they're giving out is that heartache subconsciously, not consciously. Let's take a case in point. You grow up in a home whereby you are not celebrated. You are always criticized. You are the black sheep of the family. You grow up, you grow up not feeling worth, not important, not loved, not accepted. So your self-esteem is very low. So what happens is you also get that critical spirit. So when you're dating, when you're relating even with other people, leave alone just your boyfriend or girlfriend, you are critical, you are a bully.
Because I'm trying to cover up of the low self-esteem that I feel.
So another major cause of toxicity in relationship is past wounds and past hurts. If you don't heal, you will be toxic. Because the good book says that out of the abundance of someone's heart, the heart speaks. What this means, your life expression come from what is in your heart. So if your heart is full of pain, you cannot give out anything else.
Yes.
So you will consistently hurt those you say you love, not because you want to hurt them, but because you are so hurt. The only thing you can give out, heartache.
Wow.
And this takes quite a lot of patience, a lot of love for someone to accept and to begin working on.
Like for your partner,
yes.
If I'm the one who is
on the receiving end.
Wow, it's that is.
Look at the price you'll have to pay if our relationship is gonna have to heal. Because you first of all have to bring me to the point of accepting that I am hurt. For you to do that, you have to to forgive the hurt I am causing you in an attempt to help me. That doesn't mean I'm not hurting you. I am. But you love me enough to stick it in until I see the need for help. But then you see, if I refuse to see it, the toxicity continues. And eventually, you may walk away.
That is, until I'm thinking,
it's crazy.
Do I have love enough to help someone else?
When we're in counseling, we tell people, two halves don't come together to make one whole. Two whole people come together to make one whole institution of a relationship. So this issue of my better half, it sounds true, but it is not true. It sounds right, but it's not right. Because why would you want half when there's whole? So people have got to evaluate themselves before they get into a relationship and look at their past emotional wounds and figure out, have I healed from what my dad did or didn't do? Have I healed from what my mom did? Have I healed from my previous relationship where he was cheating on me? Have I healed from his abusive nature? I mean, you can't get into a relationship without evaluating your readiness to get into this relationship. Because if you're not ready, you will be toxic.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Right.
Of course you're smart. You know it, baby. You got a rare skin tone. Actually, we gonna cook it all. Fish curry, right? Hey, yeah. Come on, can we talk later? Of course, I'll fix something. Yeah, thank you. Hey, what brings you to the office?
What brings me to the office? It's almost midnight. You are not home. I try calling you, you do not pick up my calls, and I come back to the office. What do I hear you saying? Who are you talking to at this hour of the night?
A client.
A client?
Yeah.
So you cook fish curry for your clients, is that what you're saying?
It's a business.
Also, it's a business. Nothing. It's a business. Isn't that the very same woman who have been calling at midnight just the other day? And it's a business.
Okay. Why didn't you call me while coming to the office?
Well, if you had your phone on standby, you will know that I tried calling you a couple of times. Now you check your phone.
This is the office. Are we going to call the whole day? I mean, I'm working on a proposal. It needs to be done. I was just asking about the details of the proposal.
What did I do to you that was so wrong that you have to do this to me?
Welcome back to Life Conversations with the Kelvins.
And yes, we are active on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube as Live Conversations with the Kelvins. Babe, we may be talking about toxic relationships a lot, but maybe someone out there is asking, so what are the signs? How do I know if I am in a toxic relationship? And the very first telltale signs of a toxic relationship is violence. And violence comes in various ways. It may be verbal violence, whereby I am consistently downgrading you, abusing you, insulting you with my words. And somebody say that words cut deeper than any knife. Look, If I am consistently calling you a fool, good for nothing, idiot, stupid, that is violence. It is verbal violence. There is again the very common one, physical violence, whereby one partner uses the other as a punching bag. And it is not just women that get beat up. Men
get beat up also.
Receive it as well. So that's another indicator of violence. But then the worst kind, I believe, is sexual violence. Whereby rape is involved. Forced sex. That is not consensual. And this may happen even in a marriage situation. All this come under the umbrella of violence and one of the signs of a toxic relationship.
I think when one of the partners also starts lying.
Yes, lies.
When you're covering up something, I think that would be a serious sign of a toxic relationship.
True. And the worst thing about lying is that when you tell one lie, you may be forced to tell 7 others to cover up the one that you told. It becomes toxic when it's a pattern, when it's a habit, that one partner consistently lies to the other on what they are doing or not doing. That's another sign as well.
And lying can bring about a lot of mistrust. When I don't trust you, I mean, already we're not even together.
Because you have to call every 3 minutes to find out where I am. And when I tell you don't believe me, you harass my friends in case I don't pick my call. You want to be with me all the time. You want to be like my God because you don't trust me. And sometimes the mistrust is not even because one partner is lying. It's because the other person has got their own insecurities. That's also a possibility. There are things I haven't dealt with in me. So I think because I don't trust me, I cannot trust you. So the issue may be me here. I am overly jealous. I do not want to see you with anyone else. I am more comfortable when you're with me in the house or at a hotel, at a date. When we are apart, I do not have peace. I become very possessive of you. That's another sign of toxicity in a relationship.
As in, someone can be so insecure with themselves. So that's the lens that I'm looking at with other people that are around me.
Look at a person who's never been loved, right? Who's never been accepted. Because of the need for affection, the need of belonging. When they love someone, they want to hold them close. And sometimes they hold them too close. The other person is not breathing. They don't have a life. They feel possessed. So that's insecurity masquerading as love, which is very toxic in a relationship. But then there's the common one, drama. Drama and lots of drama.
Wouldn't you say that some people are just, full of drama, as in?
But then we love each other. Where is the drama coming from? Look, there are some partners who cause drama at very minute and tiny things. I am late with only 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And I called to tell you, I'll be 5 minutes late. And true to my call, I was only 5 minutes late. And then you are making noise, you're causing a scene, you're grumpy, you are insulting me. Too much drama.
Wouldn't you say that's it's a combination of a lot of things, insecurity, mistrust, I mean, all of that.
But there's some people who are just full of drama. They have to have their way all the time. They have to have the last word in every conversation. I mean, too much drama. They don't allow anybody else into our space. Drama.
As you're giving all this, I'm just thinking, then if I'm like that, if I look at myself and I'm like that, why am I getting into a relationship in the first place?
Why?
As in,
beats logic. But then you see, you can never reach out for help unless you know you need help.
For real.
So toxicity has got its own signs.
Baby, seriously, there are people who, I mean, look at some, I know some
are you defending yourself?
Okay, fine, I'm a sanguine. I mean, okay, fine. Still,
the drama has started.
There are people who, their personality, they're louder than others. I mean, look at you. You're quiet.
I'm cool, calm, and composed. Don't belittle it.
Okay, fine. So, I mean,
if you are everywhere. You are everywhere.
Okay, fine.
But then you see, Okay, finish your drama then.
You know, some personality types are just, I mean, we're full of energy.
So say my
Like,
personality.
I'm full of energy.
Yes.
Look at me, as in seriously. So, saying at the drama,
you need to forgive. Drama has started on the show. You see, when we mention drama, you can be all out, all noisy, all boisterous, all that. But so long as your drama and your energy does not affect me, then that does not qualify as drama. That's you being you. But when it gets to that point whereby your drama belittles me, look at it this way: you're a sanguine. I'm a male. More reserved. Everywhere. We are having a conversation with our peers, and you keep on interrupting me.
Okay.
It offends me. That's drama.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes, especially sanguines, can overdo it.
Yes.
Because no husband wants to be cut off by their wife.
Yes.
Because when you cut someone off, the message you're sending is what you're saying is not important. You need to listen to what I'm saying. It's more important than what you're saying, which is not the case. Even if I am babbling foolishness, my foolishness. All right? Don't interrupt me. So you see, when your energy gets to that level, it becomes offensive to me. And so long as I have communicated to you that when you do that, it hurts me, and you don't reduce on that drama, then now it is negative.
No, that's drama.
So it's not an excuse. You don't need to change your personality, but you need to work on your form of expression, especially where I get offended. And the opposite is true. Because even we reserved people can have a lot of drama.
Oh, say it again.
Our drama is just silent. We are grumpy, we are emotional, we get angry at nothing at all.
I agree.
That's drama. Are you trying to say I'm guilty?
Okay, there are times, I mean, there are times you're like that.
There are times I wake up and I'm wondering, I do not want to see anyone in front of me. That's drama. Because you want quiet time. So it's not just sanguines. We've got cholerics who believe they're always right. And nobody else knows what they're talking about. That's drama. We've got phlegmatics. Very quiet, holy, peaceful at all costs, until one day they stab you 28 times in the chest. That is drama that was just hibernating and waiting for an opportunity to show up. So every personality type and trait have got their form of drama that must be worked on if the relationships they engage in have to be healthy and not toxic.
That calls on everyone. It doesn't matter what personality type. We have to check ourselves out. I mean, seriously check ourselves out.
Yes, and checking yourself out is asking yourself, what am I bringing to the table? Is it health or drama and toxicity? But before you answer that question, we want to remind you that on the 22nd of March 2020 at 4 p.m., all roads will be leading to Deliverance Church Donholm, where my beautiful wife and I will be hosting you for a live recording of live conversations. So we've come to the end of our conversation today, but next time we continue with toxic relationships. Be there.